Peace y'all, I am ICC, and today we are taking a look at the DualLink controller by Retro-bit. So I will be testing these on a few different consoles, including a RetroN 5, a Raspberry Pi, and even the original 8-bit Nintendo. I have a trick to make these work on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. You will only find that here. I will show you a little bit how they work on the PlayStation 4, but without my trick, you will not have all of the functions. So just stay tuned till the end of the video for that tip. So with these controllers, I'm not only testing compatibility, because I do want to test if these work on a RetroN 5 and a Raspberry Pi, but I also want to test how the D-pad and the buttons feel. I know these have convex buttons and not concave buttons. I don't really know how that's going to feel, but you know, it might not be a problem. It might be, but who knows? So let's check it out. Alright, so we have our controller, our NES, and Cobra Triangle. A very good game. I did a 5-minute review on it, by the way, if you want to know my opinion on the game. But let's test this. The spring, the bounce on the button is good. It's weird being convex. I don't know if I like that. I like the concave buttons a little bit more, I think. The spring, the bounce back on the buttons in the digital pad seems good. There's no lag, but I mean, this is the 8-bit, you know, this is the actual hardware plugged in through the actual NES plug. One thing, when I plugged it in, it fits a little bit loose at first until you get almost about 90% of the way in, and then it gets really snug. Yeah, all the buttons work as it should. I ran out of time, I was kind of messing around, but so far it gets a thumbs up besides the convex buttons. I don't like convex. I like concave, I would have to say. It seems a little bit odd like that. The fact that the buttons are at a diagonal, you know, slant, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't affect it, I don't think. Yeah, but the buttons are good, digital pad is good. I think the digital pad is better than the buttons because the buttons are not concave. The D-pad is good. So yeah, it definitely works well with the original hardware. So we're going to cut that and we're going to try something else. Okay, so next, let's hook up the RetroN 5 and see if it works. I believe it will work because it has the NES controller plug, but we actually have to put it to the test. So we are back on the RetroN 5, Cobra Triangle of course. Let's see how it goes. If it works, that'd be great. So far, so good. Start button worked. I like the Ghosts and Goblins controller, by the way. That is my favorite one of the two. And it works. This is 100% confirmed. RetroN 5 supported. Yeah, I can go around. You can see the quality of the video is a lot better compared to, I had the Nintendo hooked up through the coaxial, so it looked nothing even close to this good. But it works, and that, I mean, everything's working. We'll get the power up and make sure, you know, select works. Yep, select works. Got turbo now. Everything works as far as the D-pad. Got another one. It's a bonus. So far, thumbs up. I like it. But now, let's move to the next test. Up next, we have the Raspberry Pi. I think it will work because it's basically just a PC, but let's just see how easy or how difficult it is to get up and running. So now we're here with the Raspberry Pi and of course the Retro-bit DualLink. I booted up RetroPie. It says one gamepad detected, so I'm hoping it will pretty much work. It reads it as just a generic USB gamepad, but hopefully that's all we need. So we're going to set up, down, left, right, start, select, A and B. Okay, I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to make it not defined, so we just hold the button. Okay, so just hold a button and it'll skip to the next one. So we're not gonna have a lot of buttons here. But for Nintendo, if you're gonna be playing Nintendo on here, then this will do the job, it looks like. Because I now have it set up. I just have to get past all of this other buttons, or all these other buttons I don't have. So I'm just going to make the select key match. So we're going to go to Nintendo, but as you can see, it's working. Should I go to Cobra Triangle? I believe so. Hit the start button. Looks good. Start it up. Everything's good. I like it. One thing that I just noticed though, select chooses the weapon in Cobra Triangle, which I set as the hotkey to leave the game, so it left the game. I meant to just use the weapon. So there's one thing that's, I mean, not really a problem, but I don't know how else you're going to get out of the game. So it does work with the Raspberry Pi, but it's kind of limited to just Nintendo. I mean, it is only a Nintendo controller, but so far, gets a thumbs up. As I stated earlier, I know a little trick to make it work on the PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. I will show you what happens when you plug it into the PS4. You don't have all of the functions. The D-pad is being read as the left analog stick. Select and start are share and options respectively, so you can't bring up the PS menu, and no touchpad. So I wrote a script for the Titan 2 to allow it to run on the 4 main consoles, and Nintendo Switch support will be added soon. I will put the script as a comment below, and I will also be updating the script from time to time if I find anything that will improve it. Using the Titan 2 allows you to have the DualLink by Retro-bit plugged into input A, and because the Titan 2 has 2 USB ports that act as a single player input, you can plug in a second controller into input B. The second controller should match the console you are playing on, and this way you have all of the functions of the console. For example, if you are on a PS4, now you have the mic jack so you can chat with your friends while on the PS4 using your Retro-bit controller. Keep in mind, when on a PS4, you will need a second model DualShock 4. Just look for the light bar and you're good to go. If you're using a PS3, Xbox 360, or Xbox One, then do the same thing. Use your DualLink in input A and match the console to the controller that you have plugged into input B. Anyways, I am ICC. Thanks for watching. Peace.